This game preview is brought to you by Manscaped's Premium Ultra Soft Boxer Briefs 2.0, complete with the all-new jewel pouch to protect your stones. Use the promo code SACCITY for 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Manscaped, the perfect tools to protect your jewels.
It is the Los Angeles Rams traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals, where the Rams are 3.5-point favorites with an over-under of 48.5 points here in this game. The Rams are 1-1 after barely holding on against the Atlanta Falcons last week and losing, obviously, to the Buffalo Bills in week 1. The Cardinals, on the other hand, they were able to complete the comeback against the Raiders last week to get their first win of the season. I want to start here with the Rams I want to start here with the Rams. Week 1 was disappointing from the Rams, although they faced a very good Buffalo Bills team. Week 2, we saw some of the names we were hopeful for on the offense come out in Allen Robinson and Cam Akers. Not a lot from them, but enough to start seeing, okay, maybe they can get involved. Maybe they can get things going. Is that what they need? Is that what this Rams offense needs to get back to what they were before, is to get guys like Allen Robinson and Cam Akers involved more?
No. Yes and no, because it's kind of twofold. They need to be able to run the football. Sean McVay's offense is built on running the football. Think about the time that they went to the Super Bowl, which was against New England. It was running the football, play action, then make plays. The same thing happened last year. It wasn't just Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp. And I know everybody wants to say that because of the MVP, but they were a run-first team. Sony Michel, Cam Akers, they were run-first, play action. Run first, play action. It creates so much offensively. And this year, right now, that running game is atrocious. They're second worst in the league in rushing yards per game. They've only had 58.5 rush yards in a game. And that's significantly less. Like, it's Seattle, it's them, and it's not close. Like, everybody else is just way ahead of them. And that's a problem. Their offense isn't moving the ball like they used to move the ball. They're not. It's like they can't run it. So in turn, they can't throw it. So their offense is just bottom of the league in general. And that's a problem, because you're talking about a team coming off of a championship. When you're bottom 7 on offense, when you're grouped with offenses like the Tennessee Titans and the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Carolina Panthers, who we've all sat up here and said these offenses aren't good. And you look at the Rams roster and you got Allen Robinson, Cooper Kupp, Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson, Tyler Higbee, Matt Stafford, and you're like, why are you grouped here? It starts up front with that offensive line. They have not been able to move the football because that offensive line has not been able to block. And so that's a huge deal to me. I think it's a matter of getting back to what their foundation is, which is running the football. And I think then you'll start to see some improvements. And then they got to stop turning the ball over. Stafford himself has to stop turning the ball over. It's just too much. They lead the league in turnovers right now. You can't give the ball to the other team. You just can't.
Yeah, no, I agree. And this is the team that obviously won the Super Bowl last year that we're hoping to see bounce back this year. What do you think the Cardinals did last week that it's a similar question I've asked before with other teams? They obviously had a different second half than they did in the first half against the Raiders. They were able to come back and get the job done. What did you see from the Cardinals that they did right that wasn't happening in the first half that they need to take into this game?
You know what's funny is you watch Disney and Marvel and stuff, right?
I do.
So I don't remember which one it was, but like one of the Marvels was like the Avengers were like, oh, we got a Hulk. Well, the Cardinals got a Kyler. That's what they have. That's what they did in the second half. They got a Kyler. Kyler carried them to a win. I don't know that they did anything special, but when you can do this and you're playing, video game style football and do things like that, when you can do things like that, I think it breeds success. And so I don't know that they did anything special. I don't know that they are better because of it, but I know that they have a guy that is capable of doing things like that, and that's Kyler Murray. So I don't really know what to make of the Cardinals right now. I'll be honest. This game is very hard for me to pick because I actually want to pick the Cardinals in this game because of the way the Rams have been playing, but the Cardinals haven't shown me much either. So they got a special talent, and that's why they were able to score 29 points in the second half in overtime.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it was amazing what Kyler Murray was able to do for the Cardinals last week, and especially on that 2-point conversion and throughout that game. But something I want to know and see if you even care about this, because I know you normally like, it doesn't matter this and that with this. Kyler Murray against the Rams has not been good. 1-6 against the Rams, 7 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. His pressure rate is the worst. Everything is the worst when he plays against the Rams. He has not been very good. I'll start off with that. Do you think it matters that Kyler Murray is not good against the Rams? And also, do you think that this game may be different and we may see a different type of Kyler Murray against the Rams?
I do think it matters. I definitely think that matters. Matchups matter, and I think they do a good job of containing him. And then now you add that with no DeAndre Hopkins. I think that's going to be something to watch for. And that's probably what's the only thing that's keeping me from picking the Cardinals in this game at home is the success that he hasn't had against this Rams team. Now there's some injuries over there, Troy Hill, and maybe they could take care of some matchups, but the Cardinals are banged up themselves. So yeah, it's going to be a factor. I think that we have to look at, is Kyler able to beat a team that he hasn't been able to beat? We talk about it all the time. Sometimes matchups matter, and Jaguars against the Colts, Kyler against the Rams against the 49ers. We talked about this last year. They were finally able to get over the hump in the NFC Championship game, but they have a hard time with the Niners. So this is one of those matchups that's going to be tough for the Cardinals. It's a tough game to pick. This was like one of my hardest games outside of, I think, one other one.
It's tough, and it's funny because, like, you think about it, like, I guess it could be said for either side of things. It's like if the Rams were like playing up to their standard, like if the Rams were playing up to what we expected the Rams to be playing at, then I think this game would be easy to pick because of the way the Cardinals have played. But I think that statement could be said for both ways. Like if the Cardinals are playing up to the standards that we thought they would be at, this game would be hard. But I think at the end of the day, I think the Rams win this game. I'm gonna go with the road team here and go with the Rams. I'll go 28-27. I think it's a close game. I think the Rams get the job done.
I'm hoping that the late spark that Arizona got, Kyler getting slapped in the face, wakes them up a little bit. I'm hoping it wakes them up a little bit, and I'm gonna take Arizona. I like splitting these division games when there's two teams that I think are capable teams, and I think Arizona's a capable team. I think Arizona wins this game, and I'm going to say I think it's more defensive than it's led on to believe. I'm going to say 24-21 Cardinals.
AJ has the Rams here 30-21.
Then Dylan has the Rams as well.